Trey, thank you so much for your time. Look, it's been a pleasure working with you, and I thought it'd be awesome to get your feedback on how things have been tracking with working with Ascend, and how you're feeling about it. I'd like to start off firstly, just if you could briefly introduce yourself, maybe mention your background, what your firm does, and who you currently serve in the wealth space at the moment.
Yeah, so my name's Trey Robinson. I'm a 25-year financial services executive. I run a firm called Story Amplify. We're a digital marketing agency that specializes in financial services. We've got a couple of different practices. We have a fintech practice and an advisor practice where we work directly with advisors. And with those advisors, we help them refresh their brand, really their storefront, make sure everything in their digital presence is top notch.
Awesome, and you guys are doing some great work. And before we worked together, Trey, what was the biggest challenge that you were facing, especially when it came to engaging the right sort of advisors?
Well, I mean, I think that a lot of small businesses struggle with business development in general, right? Like, what's the old saying? The cobbler's kids have no shoes, right? So we spend a bunch of time working on our clients' brands and growing our clients' brands, and sometimes we neglect our own. And so we were looking for a partner that could help us find new leads, convert leads, basically grow business. And we've done a number of tests, which we can talk about, but ultimately we landed with you guys and are super happy.
Yeah, awesome, Trey. And what made you decide to take a chance on us working with us? You mentioned that you're happy with how things are tracking, and what was it about our approach, that stood out to you?
Well, first and foremost, your personal experience in financial services really resonated with me. I mean, it's a little bit of a different beast, and so I wanted to work with someone who understood the target, and you brought that to the table. Secondly, you guys are pretty turnkey, right? Like, you help us source the leads, get the appointments, right? Like, it's not just here's a lead, follow up on your own. You're helping us all the way up and down the funnel. And so I really wanted a partner that could both help us up and down the funnel, but also understood our business. And you guys were a perfect fit.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks, Trey, and you're so kind. Thank you for the kind words. And so, in terms of the first 2 weeks working together, the first 1 to 2 weeks, what did you notice that felt different? You know, whether it was the quality of conversations. Give us some, I guess, some feedback on the type of leads that came through.
Yeah, I mean, first and foremost, you guys hit the ground running. So you're adding value almost immediately, which is great, right? We weren't paying for ramp up time because you knew what you're doing and this is your business and you're a pro at it, right? So that was awesome, right? Up and running fast. Secondly, because of the way that you were able to target, the conversations were better. Like, we weren't dealing with, we want advisors that are in America, that are trying to grow, that have their own brand. And when I explained that to you, you said, okay, I think I can find them because they're active on social media. I'm looking for these brands. And like, you really dialed in our target in a way that when the leads started to come in, they were the right leads for us. I mean, no lead's going to convert at 100%, but the conversations right out of the gate were 100% better than we've had with other lead providers.
Definitely, Trey. And targeting, you hit the nail on the head. Targeting is so important. We tend to try to shy away from the mass lead gen type of, what other agencies do, and we believe in precision targeting. And so I'm glad that you're starting to see the results there, Trey. Um, and so I also wanted to ask, what surprised you the most about the process, especially compared to how we compare to other lead gen agencies that you work with or other people in the space?
So I'm a big believer in lead gen and cold email. And so I started this on my own. And just for background, Story Amplify is a marketing agency. So running email campaigns is not like it's foreign for us, right? But running key email campaigns to cold email lists is an art form, right? You've got to set up the domains. You got to make sure that the deliverability is there. You're like, there's a lot of technical aspects of this. And so the first time we tried it, I tried it on my own, and I honestly didn't get good results. And I don't know if it was because I was using a bad service or I was doing something wrong, but I just didn't see the results that I thought I was going to see. So I stopped that service. And then about 3-4 months later, I actually engaged a service similar to you guys, and they were helping me book appointments, but the quality of the appointments were terrible, right? They were offshore or they were fintech. They weren't US based. And so, so the second time I tried, knowing that I needed a partner that was more attuned, that quality just wasn't as good. And so, with you guys, you fixed both of the problems that I couldn't fix the first two times I was trying to do it.
Yeah, thanks, Trey. You're very kind again. And um, just the last two questions I wanted to ask is like, who would you recommend this service to in particular within the wealth management space?
Well, we have a lot of fintech clients that are going out looking for advisors for clients, right? So you'd be a perfect fit for someone looking to reach advisors, because you know the space, you know how to target, you know what people care for. You've got some pretty advanced tools, and so if you're a fintech client and you're looking to add advisors to your firm, to buy your service, your software, I think what you guys do, Junior, would be a perfect fit for those companies.
Yeah, awesome, Trey. And lastly, what would you say to somebody who might be sitting on the fence, someone in the wealth space who, seen some of our stuff and is kind of umming and ahhing about, getting on board? What would you say to them?
Well, what I would say is the conversion rate that we see with the leads makes the actual ROI of your service really attractive. And so I would tell them to take a shot. One, you're not going to lock them into long-term contracts. Two, you're affordable from a pricing perspective, right? And three, I think once they realize that they're closing, 20+% of their leads, when you back into that math, it makes sense, especially if you know your customer value, your lifetime value, right? Or you're targeting an acquisition cost. I just don't think it's a hard equation to make with the way you guys perform.
Oh, I appreciate it, Trey, and once again, congratulations on all the great work you guys are doing over at Story Amplify, serving advisors. It's an absolute pleasure for me to work with you, Trey. Honestly, love working with you, and I should give you credit as well, because a lot of the results we get is because of the good work that you do. It really is a team effort, and you're really great at what you do as well, Trey. And I appreciate the time that you've given me today.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me, Junior.